Hey guys, this is Steve with DQ'd Barbecue, and today we're going to talk about my new smoker. Y'all hang out. Alright guys, so I guess let me start this off by telling you where I come from. Now, I got into the whole barbecue thing I think 3 years ago, and at first I did it on necessity. You see, the barbecue joint that I enjoyed in my town closed down and went out of business. And in that vein, I'm just going to put out a quick call. Ralphie, if you're out there somewhere and you used to have a shop in Fairmont, you need to comment below. I've got some questions for you. But sad day, Ralphie's closed. And I tried to fill that hole in my life of not having delicious barbecue ribs at different chains and whatnot around here. I just couldn't do it. So that started me down this beautiful path of barbecue. And I'll roll in some of the pictures from my first cooks. And my first cooks were all done on my Weber kettle that you guys have seen before. Now, it was definitely a learning process. And honestly, that kettle, I believe, is older than I am. I can't remember a time in my life where someone in my family didn't own this grill, and it eventually got passed down to me. And I thought, heck, I'm a smart guy, persistent. I can make some barbecue. So I started on the kettle. And the problem I had with my Weber kettle at first, even after the addition of the Smokinator, was I just had a hard time controlling the temps, you know? I didn't have great thermometers at the time. I was doing wacky things like trying to take, a regular meat thermometer and drop it in the vent to try to get the great temp. I wasn't doing great things. I wasn't making the best decisions. But so, that year on Black Friday, a deal came up on Amazon for an electric smoker. Now this particular electric smoker was a 30-inch Masterbuilt. It had some electric bells and whistles, but the big thing to me was that I could dial in that temp, and I knew that, from my background of troubleshooting problems, that if I could eliminate a variable, the better off I'd be. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that electric smoker. You can have your opinions on electric smokers one way or the other, but for me, it did nothing but help my barbecue. It doesn't make as good of Q as other smokers do, but it helped me learn. And I was able to figure out, okay, this is what you do to get this sort of tenderness, but this is what they're actually looking for in a competition. So it was a great smoker. I still use it, to be honest with you. It's just great for convenience if you just want to add some smoke to something. Still use it, but I like to go back to the kettle just to prove to myself that I can do it. Well, this year, I got to looking around. I was kind of window shopping, and I thought, I'm been a pretty good boy this year. Santa Claus should be pretty nice to me. So I started shopping, and I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted. I knew that I definitely wanted something that could smoke, but I also wouldn't have minded something that could give my Weber kettle a break. Now, as with a lot of things, I started my search on YouTube, and there's a great channel out there. If you all have never seen it, you really need to go check it out, and it's How to Barbecue Right by Malcolm Reed. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a link up there. If not, I'll put it in the description down below. But How to Barbecue Right, Malcolm Reed, he did a whole series on different kinds of smokers and different brands of smokers. And after watching Malcolm, I decided that for the amount of money that I was willing to look at spending, I was going to either fall in the Kamado camp or probably a vertical water smoker. And I knew both of them were going to hurt my wallet, but I was still in the hypothetical at this point in time. I was spending fake money in my head, so I figured let's just flush this out and see what happens. So time goes on, and I go, I think that vertical water smoker is cool, and I'm kind of interested in doing some competitions, but I'd really like to see what these Kamados are about. They seem really versatile. I have a buddy who has a Vision grill, and he's a big fan of it. So I started looking around for videos on Kamados, and that's when I came across the Baby Back Maniac channel. Now again, if I'm smart enough to figure it out, I'll put the link to his channel up here or in the description below. Again, another great barbecue channel y'all need to check out if you've never seen it before. And the videos that he had focused on 2 of the 3 Kamados that I was really interested in, and one that I didn't realize I was really interested in. So the Baby Mac Maniac flushes out some great differences between your Big Green Eggs, your Kamado Joes, and the Weber Summit. Now the Weber Summit's interesting because, like I said, I was kind of thinking maybe in 2018 compete in the backyard division of some barbecue competitions that are local to us that I've found out that we have. And to be honest with you, transporting a ceramic Kamado scares me. I know it's not impossible. I know there are a lot of people that do it. And if I ended up with one, I would figure it out how to do it. But it made me nervous. The other Kamado that I'm really interested in was the Primo XL. And all of these I was looking at in the 26-inch version. Because I thought if you're going to spend that much money, go ahead and take it up a notch and get the biggest one you can afford. So I was looking. The things I liked about all of these Kamados were the versatility. I mean, that's just amazing. And at the end of the day, it's a tool that I'm going to be able to use. And if it's a Swiss Army knife, versus a single-use tool, you might be the jack of all trades, master of none, but on my back porch, sometimes I just need the ability to do some things that I wouldn't normally be able to do in a regular smoker. So the Primo XL, I really, really like, and I like that oval shape. It's got a firebox system and a diverter system, sort of like the Kamado Joe Divide and Conquer. Not quite, but similar. The whole geometry behind these things are very interesting, and they've got some different literature out there. And I really considered the Primo. Now, the Big Green Egg was, you can't be on top of the game for that long and not be considered in the serious conversation about Kamado grills. And I knew some people that had them. Their warranties are a little bit scary just because of the wording. Anytime you get funny wording about if I get it from a Sam's Club versus a Big Green Egg dealer, you make me a little uncomfortable when you start doing that. And then, of course, they all do it to some degree, but I'm buying the egg, and then I'm buying the stand, and then I'm buying everything piece by piece, to where at first it looks like it's a great deal compared to the others, but then you end up spending the same or more really by the time you buy the accessories that you want. Now, the Kamado Joe was one that, again, I didn't really expect to go in looking for. I kind of went in looking straight at the Big Green Egg and the Primo Oval, but the Kamado Joe kind of surprised me. I can always appreciate a company that's willing to push the limits when it comes to innovation. That's not always going to pay off for you, but the fact that you're willing to try new things to try to get yourself better, I admire that in a company. I appreciate that. Now, the Weber Summit was an interesting dude because it's non-ceramic Kamado. So I was like, okay, it's lighter. If it falls over, I'm not going to cry. Well, I'll probably still cry, but at least I'll be able to keep cooking on it. And functionally, it just made sense. And my brain is a very functional thinking brain. I'm not very artistic. I'm more of how things work together. And man, that price tag was heavy on it, but I couldn't stop looking at it. And then at the end of the day, my logical side kicked in and said, well, what if you just got a 26-inch Weber and a slow and sear? Essentially upgrade your Weber kettle to a bigger Weber kettle and another solid way to smoke on it, but then that slow and sear can do other things too. And it was just like the versatility of the Kamado just tweaked a little bit in a slightly different direction. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? And then the part of me kicked in and said, you know what? This is all theoretical money anyways. I'm not going to end up buying a new grill. I'm just going to keep cooking on what I've been cooking on. It's doing fine. And, I'm not even going to ask my wife if she cares if I go out and buy a new grill. My wife's a good woman. And she saw me window shopping on my phone one day. And she said, oh, you're going to get a new grill? I said, no, I'm not going to get a new grill. She said, no, you cook a lot. You should, if you want one, you should get a new grill. Well, I'm a good husband. I listen to my wife. So I started searching a little more seriously. And a dark horse emerged in the race. and I'll show you exactly what it is right now. For $2.99, I went with the Acorn Kamado cooker from Home Depot. This particular model comes in cart form, sort of like your Weber Performer. It's got a little prep area up top, a metal rack down on the bottom where I can put hot things like my grill grates or my diverter stone. Now the grill grate that comes on this cooker is cast iron, which is nice. And it's also got an extra heating rack up on the top for just a little bit extra space if you need it. Okay, calm down in the comments. I can hear it from here. I didn't troll you on purpose. I didn't lie to you. It's a surprise to me, to be honest with you. But I went with the char griller Acorn, the 22-inch that Home Depot sells. I think they're also on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. But yeah, I was looking around, and part of me went, well, maybe I should go with the Vision like my buddy has. He likes it. It's, you know, depending on how you option them out, a half to a third to more than that of those other grills, depending on if you catch it on a deal. And I was like, no, I don't want to invest that much money in something that's not a 26-inch Kamado. And then I ran across the Acorn, and I know that there are problems with the Acorns. The Acorns don't do certain things as well as the ceramics, sometimes because they're too efficient. There are whole forums devoted to fixing your Acorn, which again added to my decision to go ahead and pull the trigger on it, because I'm a pretty handy guy, and I don't mind, you know, modifying my grills if I need to. So it's a 22-inch. It's going to act like other Kamados. It's going to let me get my feet wet in the Kamado market is essentially what it boils down to. It lets me get in there, and if I don't like it, it doesn't hurt me that bad. I can run it like a regular charcoal grill, and I don't feel that pain. But if I like it, I mean, the sky's the limit. You know, I'll get my chops up on it just like I did on my electric smoker. And then, you know, I'll have to have that theoretical conversation in my head again about maybe upgrading to a new Kamado. I mean, there are new ones all the time. I just saw, I believe it's the barbecueguys.com, had what looked like a billet aluminum Kamado. I'm not saying I need a billet aluminum Kamado, but that's pretty cool. If you've never seen it, I'll roll a picture in if I can find one. But yeah, I just got it seasoned up. You're gonna see it in the next few videos. I'm sure as with any grill that I've ever had before, there's gonna be a learning curve. You know, I don't always do the best, but you know, barbecue's about having fun and trying new things, so that's what we're gonna do. But if there's anybody out there who has an Acorn and has anything they want to share with me to watch out for, or has an opinion on Kamados in general, or even smokers in general, like I said, you know, I'm not entirely out of the camp of those vertical water smokers, or the old Hickory Ace was one I was looking at too, along with the backwoods Chubbies and Parties. If you all have any knowledge on really anything concerning the smokers that I might have missed in my searches through the internets, go ahead and let me know. Leave a comment, and I appreciate it. All right, so this was kind of a little bit of a different episode. I wanted to try one of these sit and talk ones just to see how it feels and see if you guys like it. If you do like it, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you're new and you like what we got going on here, go ahead and subscribe. Hey, we're trying to put out releases pretty regularly right now. And keep an eye out for that next video. Like I said, we're going to feature the Acorn, and we're going to see what she can do. Y'all take it easy.